Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Today is, well, since it's the weekend, let's do the whole darn weekend. Saturday, July the 10th, National Kitten Day, National Pina Colada Day, and National Chelly Day.
Clara.
Yeah, I'm going to Google that because I think we did the same exact thing last year. I'm almost positive. Chelly is a poem style created by Edmund Chelly Bentley. It's a 4-line biographical poem. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever talked about that.
Probably not. And Sunday, the 11th, National Cheer Up the Lonely Day. Heidi, are you lonely?
I like that. I think
cheer
that
up
is a
some lonely.
lovely thing to do.
National Rainier Cherry Day, National Blueberry Muffin Day. That would cheer up the lonely. National All-American Pet Photo Day. Oh, we got a cute puppy that would be adorable. National Mojito Day. And Sunday, the 11th of July, is also National 7-Eleven Day.
Okay.
The town I grew up in had a 7-Eleven, and it's gone now. They don't have it anymore, so that's too bad.
We never had a 7-Eleven where I grew up.
I'm sad for you. That's too bad. I've got a guest today. Chelly Wood is the lady's name. She makes doll clothing, and she's got these really cool videos. The videos are what got me. It's really neat. It's like a Barbie doll that looks like her that talks, and then she's got like free patterns for the clothing. So I'm going to chat with her in case you got kids home for the summer looking for something to do. That's on the way.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. July is National Hot Dog Month. Here are some tips on hot dog etiquette from the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council. Ready for this?
Sure.
Always put the toppings on the dog, not the bun. That's step one. After you turn 18, the use of ketchup is frowned upon by the council.
Oh,
La-di-da.
I don't know about
And never
that.
drink wine with a hot dog. You could have beer or soda, lemonade or iced tea. They're all acceptable. Never hot dogs
I
and
can
wine.
have, this is America, I can have whatever I want.
And a survey finds 1 in 10 people have never, ever eaten a hot dog. 1 in 10.
That's
10%.
a lie. That's a lie.
There's some people that just have never had one. And a new study shows 5 minutes of deep breathing can lower your blood pressure. Heidi has high blood pressure.
I do.
You should start breathing deeply.
I have very high blood pressure.
I just had all kinds of things I was going to say, but it's a family show. Thanks for listening to the John. She's my wife, by the way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. A Chinese villager was disappointed to find that a bear had been terrorizing his chickens, so he also found out the bear could hold its liquor. The poultry farmer plotted to trap the bear by baiting him with honey mixed with 2 liters of strong alcohol. The next morning, he found the spiked honey gone and 2 of the chickens dead. So he tried to booze up the bear, but apparently it didn't work. So this is not the
He's
story.
apparently run into other people who have tried that same little trick and
He's
survived.
like, I'll take your honey and 2 chickens too. So I, for whatever reason, I saved this story here thinking this had something to do with somebody doing something under the influence. The only thing under the influence here
Was the bear.
was the bear.
Yeah.
So that is what happens when
So that wasn't
my
wrong.
brain is on drugs. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. After opening in theaters all across the world, Fast and Furious 9 has proven there's still plenty of mileage in the franchise. It became the very first movie ever in 2021 to cross the $500 million mark globally. First one since theaters reopened. So Fast and
Okay,
Furious
but
9.
that's since theaters reopened,
Yeah.
which isn't a very high benchmark.
Okay,
I think we can all agree on that.
But it's still there, so good job to them. Paramount is making a revival of Nickelodeon's show iCarly. So I wonder how they're going to do that. We think it'll be like Carly has a daughter, or it's like a little niece
I don't
and
know, but I
nephew,
did
or-
always kind of like that
was
one. Our
kinda
daughter
cool.
used to watch it, and
I
that was one of the
shouldn't-
few that I didn't cringe
I shouldn't admit it, but I did kind of like it
when
too.
it came on, you know?
And just not to beat a dead horse, we already mentioned this the other day, but Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani tied the knot at the Singer's
Yes,
Sprawling
they
Estate
did.
last weekend, and looking through the mail, still no invitation. So
You know, that happens.
I don't know what's going on. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scupa of the day comes your way, courtesy of PureCanna.com, promo code radio. Members of the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and Boys II Men teamed up for a 4-night show in Las Vegas, and people are super excited about that. Would you go to that show? That'd be kind of cool.
I
not
personally
your-
would not,
not
but
your thing?
it was after.
That's like one generation behind. Well, not quite a
not
generation.
a generation, but a few years.
Yeah, so like
They-
your younger nieces or your younger cousins,
Yeah, I had
rather.
kind of moved on to other
Yeah.
things by the time those little boy bands came
The
along.
little boy bands. They're all little men bands now, Heidi.
If
Supermodel.
you say so.
Well, I don't know what else you'd call them. They're men. And the ones even called Boys II Men, like they were becoming men on stage. Apparently, I'm not sure.
Boyz II Men is probably the only one that I would want to
Would you
see.
stop? There are people that are huge fans of the other two that are now upset with you. So take it back, Heidi. Take it back.
I won't. I can have my opinion too.
Supermodel Uba Hassan was one of the faces of Ralph Lauren's spring-summer campaign. She's now producing her own line of hot sauces. Not
Of course
exactly
she is.
what you would expect
that is
from a
the-
supermodel.
Obvious
Yeah.
next step in that type of a career.
But I think that's kind of cool that it's the unexpected. Boston Dynamics have programmed a team of robot dogs to perform a dance routine to a BTS song. Why?
BTS.
It's a band. It's a like K-pop band from Korea.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're. Boy, do you ever get out?
No.
Okay, just checking. They're going to be apparently dancing robot dogs. And I don't know why we're doing that, dancing robot dogs. But speaking of dancing, Britney Spears. She's a dancer and a singer.
She is.
And her longtime manager has resigned amid rumors that Britney wants to retire. Now, Heidi was just telling me ahead of time here about all the stuff that's going on.
There's stuff
I
happening.
knew there was stuff going on. I haven't really been paying attention, but like the whole hashtag Free Britney, that's what that's about, right?
Yes.
So I hope she's okay. I don't know what's happening exactly, but yeah, I always thought she seemed like a neat young lady. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Our guest today is Chelly Wood, and she's got kind of a fun little project that she's doing here. She has doll clothing patterns, and I was on your website, and there's like fun little videos, like a Barbie doll looking thing talking to me. Is that your voice on there, Chelly?
That is, yeah. The doll was designed by my two daughters to look like me. She moves in stop motion, and it's kind of fun to put those together. For quite a while, when my kids were in middle school, they helped me with the stop motion. And it took off, and everybody on YouTube just adored it, so I kept doing it, even though now one of my girls is in college and the other one's in high school, so they don't help me with the stop motion as much anymore. But, yeah, that's kind of what kicked it off was I had girls, you know, at home for the summer, and I didn't want them just constantly on their phone. I thought, what can we do with a phone that's fun? And I knew that I was good at designing doll clothes. I'd been commissioned by the Lamely LLC company to design commercial patterns for their dolls.
Nice.
You might remember the Lamely company. Nikolai Lamb is a guy who asked the question, what would Barbie look like if she had real human proportions? And it went viral.
Oh, yeah.
And so their company had me design some of their early patterns. And so they were very successful with those patterns. So I thought, I should build on this. And I just kept making more and more patterns, and my girls learned to sew that way. It seemed to me a very good idea to just keep encouraging parents to do these kinds of things like sewing projects with their kids.
I think that's a really good idea. And if I go on the website, I'm not buying these patterns. I get them for free?
Yeah, they're absolutely free. It really is just I guess, labor of love.
Well, that's really cool. Now, I see on here Chelly's books. Are those like pattern books?
I have emails from followers all the time. They say, can you design an outfit that looks like an Argentinian wedding traditional costume? And I'm like, maybe not. Or they'll say, can you design a pattern for Barbie that looks like Zelda? And I'm thinking, well, maybe. But there are all the time people who say they want something specific.
Yeah.
And I do a running list of patterns that have been requested, and I try to get to those as I have time. But like I said, in my day job, I'm a librarian. So with, getting at least an email a day with these specialized pattern requests, I thought, I need to write a book. And I've been writing for a long time and had a literary agent for my fiction material that done okay, but my agent said, you need to write a book that tells people how you design these patterns. So I actually started designing doll clothes when I was a kid. I was in 6th grade when I designed my first thing for a Barbie.
Nice.
Yeah, I was really young, and all through high school and college, I designed doll clothes. So I've had a lot of years of practice, and I've come up with 3 different techniques that really make it easy to design your own doll clothes. So my literary agent said, this is your forte. Write this book. So right now we have a book proposal that we're shopping to publishers.
Well, that's really cool. I wish you the very best on that. I hope that goes well. I'm going to put a link to your website so people can see the videos. I think they are adorable. The patterns are fun too. chellywood.com, and it's CHELLY wood.com. And Chelly, thank you not only for your time today, but also for following this labor of love, this passion of yours, and doing something with it. It's really cool, and it's very inspiring.
Oh, thank you. It is really a passion of mine. And a lot of the kids who go to the school where I'm a school librarian, they don't even know I do this.
Oh, so you're like a superhero. You're a librarian by day and a doll clothing designer by night.
I am. And other libraries have asked me to come and teach how to make doll clothes, real simple patterns. I have super simple patterns for the absolute beginners, and then I have more complex things and everything in between. You'd be surprised that I have patterns for every doll, from the 18-inch American Girl all the way down to the teeny tiny Kelly dolls that Mattel puts out with Barbie.
That's really cool, Chelly. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Again, Chelly Wood has been our guest. Her website, chellywood.com. That's CHELLY wood.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Saudi Arabia imports camels from Australia. Yeah, Saudi Arabia is known to have vast expanse of desert, so it may seem unbelievable they rely on Australia to supply them with animals that are dominant in their
What?
landscape.
That is bizarre.
Australia originally had camels imported to be used for transporting heavy loads for riding. They were let loose when their work was done, causing an unwanted spike in their population. Then Australians sold the camels back to the desert-based countries like Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, which use camels at a much higher volume. So that's kind of interesting.
That is very interesting.
It is
I would have never
fun
thought.
fact. And now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, RadioTravelGroup.com presents a news headline from somewhere in this world. Before we get to the story, I want to let you know I was on the site the other day because they're sold out for 80s in the Sand, or for the Sands, I guess they call it now. But there's a waiting list. Did you know that? Because I had a person saying something about the waiting list. I'm like, the waiting list? What are you talking about? They go, it's on the page. So I went on there, and it's in case somebody either cancels. And there's some people that are going, hey, I've got a single room, or I've got a double room, but I'm going single if somebody wants to come and stay in our room. That's kind of cool.
That is very cool.
Think about how awesome it is for that event. We've been to this every single time they've done it.
And I will say it is the best
It's a lot of
vacation
fun.
you will ever have. Is
Anyway.
that not the best trip we ever take
It is
ever?
it's
I
a
mean,
ton of
every
fun.
year it is always the top.
It is a ton of fun. Anyway, moving on here. RadioTravelGroup.com. Now, Dateline, the Vatican. The Vatican said that Pope Francis is doing well following his surgery. So,
I didn't know he had a surgery.
yeah, intestinal surgery.
Ah.
So he's all better now.
All right.
That is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A Massachusetts man arrested for allegedly destroying $10,000 worth of lobster at a seafood company that he used to own.
Oh.
Yeah, Jose Vaudo charged. He was caught on surveillance cameras. So I don't know why they say allegedly. He was shutting off
I
the
think
power.
they have to legally.
Okay. Shutting off the power and oxygen supply to Cape Cod's live seafood tank.
Oh, geez.
He is 70, by the way. He's allegedly spotted throwing trash into the lobster and seafood commercial dumpster as well. The lobsters were left without enough air or water flow for about 9 hours. So 2,000 pounds of live lobster were found to be highly stressed by the ordeal.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Not only that, they were suffering. Poor things.
Significantly reducing their retail value. Ordered in December to give up ownership of the market to a commercial rental property business amid a bankruptcy proceeding. He pleaded not guilty to charges of felony vandalism of property and illegally dumping at his arraignment. So he wasn't dumping at the arraignment. That's where he said that he wasn't dumping.
Yes,
Yeah,
I get that.
I think that makes sense. That is definitely today's weird news. Brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by BetterResultsAdvertising.com. A California Highway Patrol officer stopped a Toyota Prius that had what they said looked like a Starlink dish fastened to its hood, like a satellite dish.
Oh, okay.
They say the visual obstruction was sitting right smack in the middle of the car's hood, landed the driver a ticket. Sir, I stopped you today for that visual obstruction on your hood. Does it block your view while driving? That's what they asked, and he said, only when I make right turns.
This sounds like something you would do.
I wouldn't put a dish on the hood.
Oh, man.
I know not to do that. They asked what he was doing it for. He said, well, I have it connected to Wi-Fi so I can run my business out of my car. So apparently it's a satellite dish for internet.
Uh-huh.
It is illegal, by the way, to mount a satellite dish to the hood of your vehicle, just so you know. So they
Good
said,
to know.
Other things that obstruct, like things hanging from your rearview mirror, poorly positioned GPS mounts, all of those things are also obstructions. They say it's about safety, folks. These are real stories from real highway patrol officers. Safe travels, everyone. So there you go. today's Moment of Duh, brought to you by BetterResultsAdvertising.com.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Heidi sounds a little frustrated over there.
Yeah.
You're going to get this one. Here we go.
Okay.
All right. Tell me, Heidi. Pine Brook in, what is it? Manalapan Township, New Jersey. I probably said that wrong. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab
That's
center?
a golf course.
Pine Brook is?
Golf course.
A golf course. I knew you'd get it right.
You did. Thanks
I
for your
have all the faith in you in the world.
Yeah,
and I kept holding up this golf ball over here. I didn't really. All right. That is how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is a good news. It comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. And I got to tell you, I love, love, love stories like this. California becomes the first state to offer free school breakfast and lunch to all students. Now, here's why. It says all students now have breakfast and lunch, no questions asked. For millions of school children, this is the only place they actually get a meal. So they go in to learn stuff, but they also get food, for lunch and for breakfast. When the pandemic hit, the federal government waived the income requirements for free meals, allowing it now to anybody, no questions asked. And the reason I really like that, I know there's people going, oh, that doesn't sound like something that you'd like because, boy, who's paying for all this? But here's the reason I like it. It's really tough when you're the poor kid and you have to go there and, everything is different because you're the one that, you get this special card, you get this whatever. It's not the kid's fault. They have no idea what any of that stuff means. And I got to tell you, I was one of those kids. We had the reduced lunch program. And our card looked different than everybody else's card. And it was really tough. It didn't matter to me, but I know there were some kids that it really mattered to them, to the point where they almost wouldn't even go in and have lunch. So I think this is really kind of a neat thing. As far as government spending goes, if you're going to spend it to feed kids, I'm all for that. I think that's one of the best things you could do with that. State budget set aside $650 million for this universal school meal program. Hundreds of thousands of kids count on these meals. So they set up this food effort, providing more than 134 million meals. And I think, again, it's a great program because there are kids who don't eat a regular meal anywhere else. They don't have access to that anywhere else. So I think that's kind of cool that they did that. You're looking at me like I'm a weirdo.
No,
right now.
I just know for a fact because I've met some of the people who do take advantage of the system. And I feel like there should be some checks and balances to make sure that the people who need it are getting what they need and that people who don't need it are not taking advantage of the program.
But when it comes to small children who they don't make any of these decisions, I'm glad these kids are getting a meal. End of story, period. And I think that's cool. I've got a link to it, by the way, if you want to read the details. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.